Good morning, 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 good morning. We're about to start in three, two, one, and we are here. Welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech, the
Number one tech morning show in the world. Good.
good morning. We are in the building on this very cold Monday morning, at least in my neck of the woods. Before we get started, though, let's do some custom things here, some housekeeping things. If you're brand new to the channel, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. We're looking to have a riveting conversation today about a few different topics, but definitely if you are new to the channel, go ahead and do that. Also, I dropped the link earlier, but this is a call-in show, and we want to make sure that you know that if you're 18 years or older, you can join, share your thoughts and opinions with us and the world. And you don't have to show your camera or your view there, but you can definitely share more. And we got OTT on the building. Peace and blessings to you as well. Glad you're able to
What
rock
up?
with us. Good to hear
What
you. Good to
up?
have you, man. And also, if you like OTTO, go ahead and comment, and we will definitely give you a shout out towards the end and appreciate you for that. Also, we'll be dropping links for free event tickets that will be posted tomorrow, but you have to be part of the community in order to get it. Now, the price of admission is seriously way cheaper than one ticket, depending on the event you go at. So go ahead and check out the community there for free event tickets. And yeah, I think you'll definitely enjoy it. So with that being said, man, how's everything going with you this weekend? How was your weekend, sir?
The weekend was pretty solid, man. Not too much going on. I was sitting there trying to think what was going on this weekend. That's how much wasn't going on, right? But yes, really just been trying to deal with my wife's car. Like spark plugs and
Mm.
coils that just need to be changed, but because of the type of engine it is, like three of them are like out in the front, but then two of them are on the backside under some kind of manifold or something. So people's like, yeah, nobody here feels comfortable working on that. And I'm like, bro, this is what y'all do. Like, this is like y'all say y'all do this. Anyways, I was able
Oh
to get
wow.
it done, but yeah, it was just a lot of that, man. Running around to different places. But Sunday, just went to church, had a good time, came on back, and I've been dealing with a lot of these with some AI and stuff, automations really, not even AI, automations. There's some new things that have came out on the AI side, but really like dealing with like workflows and stuff, building those out, just trying to see what happens when you click buttons or do certain things and stuff just starts working for you. But that was pretty much my weekend. How about yours though?
Yeah, man. No, it was good overall. I mean, well, it wasn't bad. I mean, we had a long week. I was out with the company doing stuff last week, and then I came back. I thought it was gonna snow on Friday morning. Maybe there was a
Yeah.
little flurries. Then I heard about Saturday they might have some snow. And then I heard some
Mm.
other things as well. And I was just like, oh, what is going on here? So opened up the door and it was nothing this Sunday morning, which was I thought it was gonna be something. And then lo and behold, we have the worst blizzard in 30 years knocking on
Are
our
you
door.
serious?
Yep, it was worse than the last one. It's worse than the last one. I'm seeing it right now. It's still going. It's gonna be a lot of fun backbreaking work later on. But I tried to do something different. I tried to put like a little plastic on the ground to like help with some of it so that I could just roll it over. But listen, y'all, if you guys are affected by the blizzard, let me know in the comment section below. Were you impacted or are you impacted by the blizzard? If you are impacted by the blizzard, I want to hear your experience. Go ahead, call up into the show and let us know if you are or someone you know impacted by this blizzard.
Man,
So yeah,
that's
that was
crazy.
busy.
I mean,
Yeah,
I got I think the last time I had some video from my uncle. I have an uncle in Ellicott City in Maryland or something like that. I think it's close to
mm.
there. Anyway, Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
But either way, they had got hit that last time, and he had his like snow plow out, and you could see it um, moving stuff around. But I'm assuming this one's worse than that. I think
Oh
that was
boy.
last month, right? When y'all were doing all that with the
Yeah, the one
snow
in
and stuff.
January. The one in January.
Yeah.
At
So,
least where I'm at, New Jersey, it's the worst in
oh
30 years
wow,
according to the news reports. OTTO
yeah, it's
says it's been
crazy.
snowing since yesterday morning here in Kentucky and still snowing. Yeah, it's still
Oh, so
snowing here too. It's still
I
snowing
thought
here
I,
too.
I thought I had it bad, man. I need to shut up. I need to shut up. It's 35 degrees outside. I was just outside. I'm like, whew, it's cold. But it says it's gonna be a high of 59 and sunny. But yeah, I definitely thought I had it bad. I'm shutting up now.
I know
That's
tech
crazy.
coach Ralph was on the building. He'd be like, hold my water. We
Yeah,
about to be our 59 is our low or something like that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Yeah, it's bananas out there right now. In fact, talk about cars. My wife was trying to beat the snow to take the kids to our club so they could swim, burn off some energy. Fortunately, she did not get a chance to beat it. And when she was driving back, even though she was driving slow, when she
yeah,
turned the wheel, the car slid, and thankfully everybody's all right. But it hit like a portion of it hit the curve when it slid, and
yeah.
so it is a little funky driving, so I gotta go get that checked out now and see what happened.
Oh, like the alignment.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Hopefully that's it.
I know, right? Yeah, I always go with that one first. Like, yeah, it's the alignment. Fix that.
Yeah. But well, we'll see because I was supposed to get a wheel alignment anyway. I don't know if I can make it all the way to the place I was supposed to go to, but we'll see. After the roads are cleared and I gotta drive it out a little bit. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just wanted to if y'all have any Operation Tech Takeover, if y'all experiencing the snow, let us know in the comment section because we want to hear from y'all. If my kids have all they know is snow right now and they loving it. Me on the other hand, I'm done with it. I'm done. I've been done, but I'm done. So yeah, if y'all want to share experiences, go ahead and share in the chat. We definitely want to hear from you. Well, we got a full gamut today. We're talking about Black History Month. We have somebody that we want to represent there, and then we also talking about some stuff that's happening in the space, like literally space. So yeah, go ahead and let us know. Let's hit that first topic first, and then we can take it from there. I believe it's Black History Month. All right, so that Black History Month is there, and let's talk about that. And then we'll go into the rest of
Dang,
the
I don't know if
conversation.
it's me cutting out or what, but you kind of went in and out. Y'all let us know if
Let us know
it's
in the
just
chat if you can
me,
hear me well.
because it's possible. But let me just go to my MacBook. But I know you were saying okay.
All right,
Um,
talk
okay, you
about
good, you good. I don't know
yeah.
what was going on. I just had you coming through the deal there. But yes, Black History Month, because I don't want to lose everybody with our filibustering. Black History Month, y'all. We got Dr. Gladys West. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I figured. But Dr. Gladys West, all right, y'all need to figure out why we're talking about her, which you will once we get into the next segment. But no, I'm not gonna disrespect her. Dr. Gladys West, before we get into these satellites that Joseph was talking about, we're gonna talk about somebody who you probably have never heard of, and that's Dr. Gladys West. So she was a Black mathematician who spent decades just really going through numbers and crunching numbers like mathematicians do for the US Navy. Now, why is this important? She was building precise models of the Earth's shape and gravity that became the backbone of what we call today the GPS, right? Modern GPS. So anytime your phone or a satellite system knows exactly where you are, is standing on top of her work. Okay. So at the time when segregation tried to box her out, she quietly was solving these the math that now powers everything from Uber rides to missile guidance and satellites today as well. So just remember, there is a Black woman at the foundation of that entire location tech stack. All right. And her name was Dr. Gladys West. So, shout out to Miss West. And it's crazy. Again, this is just people who you didn't hear of, you never heard of, or maybe you have, and you're a real one. But a lot of times these people are behind the scenes. They weren't really trying to get out there in the open. They were just good at what they did. They were in their work, doing their work. And so we just wanted to recognize her in this morning as well. Also, you never know. The stuff that you're doing right now, you could possibly be a pioneer in it as well later on. Because remember, all this stuff is new right now anyway. So you never know. With that being said, yeah, man, Dr. Gladys West.
GPS. All right, yeah. Dr. Gladys West, shout to you. We appreciate you. This is going to be our last, believe it or not, our last Black History Month episode that we got. So definitely I wanted to make sure we shout it out and go out with a bang here. With that being said, I'm going to switch over quickly to the Tech Wire before we get into our main conversation. And then Trey, you could actually talk about the main topic at hand. But let me go real quickly. We're doing it early today. MK Ultra, Christopher Wood says, MK Ultra. So right now we're going to talk about the Tech Wire, and this is getting bright and early for you guys. Normally we talk about this later, but we're talking about it right now. So Secure the Badge is our new, and as you have not heard, the place where we're getting all of our upcoming tech events that we want to make sure that you're aware of. There's also a community within this group that actually helps you secure the badge too. So every Tuesday they drop free, and I'm going to share it here. I'm going to drop this out so you can see it. But every Tuesday they dropping out free tickets and things of that nature so that you can be able to take advantage of it and that you can be able to basically kind of use it to your advantage. So let me show you real quickly what I'm talking about. So right now we're ending February, but if you were going to do anything, Creator Summit is still available the 28th, 150 to 2,500, right? That's a lot, right? So if I even go right now into that event, you have to click on it and you'll be able to see the tickets. You'll be able to find out more information about what's going on in that particular group. You can see the agenda, so on and so forth. They have that for multiple different events here. And in March is pretty heavy. March got a few stuff going on here, South by Southwest, which if I click on that, we could see already that that's a pretty large event. And the tickets for that range from, as you can see here, $8.95 all the way up to $12.95, right? So with that being said, there is a community here, if you scroll down going past April, that if you join this community, you'll be able to get first come, first serve access to exclusive free tickets shared weekly. So this is the stuff that you want to kind of be able to do. Not only that, but you'll also get tips and tricks on how to navigate the space as well with the people that founded it, which is Ty Smith and Jarrett. As you see, Jarrett's right here, just kind of sharing about how to get hired from these events. So these events are not just for fun or for glamour, but really how to utilize events to the best of your ability so that you can be hired. There's a whole description there that explains the whole process. So definitely check it out for yourself as they are growing and growing fast. And again, it's to secure the badge. You can see events. You can even go all the way up to events that like later on in the year. And as we know, later on in the year, we have the big events in the fall, including events like Afrotech, BitCon as well, Techsgiving. So definitely check it out for yourself. Again, that's securethebadge.com. For more, you can join the community and learn more about what is going on in that space, in that neck of the woods. But with that being said, we're going to actually transition over to the story at hand, right? The story at hand and this new space economy. What is it about? What's going on there? And we're going to let you guys be able to talk about the story and learn more. So with that being said, I'm going to pass over to Trey again to share a bit more.
And shout out to OTTO. Let's put that in there since it's the last Black History little thing that we're going to talk about this month. He says, I just want to put it out there that the first week in February is also Black Fragrance Week. Okay, so you can look it up and find all the dope Black-owned fragrance houses. Yo, you know what's crazy?
Interesting, man.
I didn't
Didn't
know
know that.
that. So I appreciate you for putting me on. And I'm gonna have to invest. I'm going to have to invest because I'm definitely invested in these, you know, French, not French, but overseas owned houses and stuff like that. So yeah, I need to invest in this Black owned fragrance. You know, we love to smell good now. That's one thing we're gonna do. Uh,
That smell good.
yeah, the go tos for me: Green Irish Tweed by Creed, and then I love me a little Baccarat as well. So yeah, I gotta look into these dope Black owned fragrance houses for real. But as we get into it, the new space economy isn't about innovation. It's about control. And what are we talking about? Well, for years, the popular story about space was simple and optimistic. All right. Private companies would build these satellites for lower cost and rent connectivity and data back to the world. All right. So basically, cheaper internet, you get better maps, more transparency. And I don't know. There's a picture I saw of like the satellites in space around the Earth, and it definitely is totally different than the Earth pictures that you normally see. I'm like, dog, that's a lot of satellites. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was a crazy amount of satellites just around the Earth, which was it was wild to see. But anyway, by 2026, this is this story that whatever I just said, it looks totally different. All right. It's a lot darker if we're gonna dig into it. All right. So what's coming out right now isn't like rental economy, it's more like sovereign dependency. And so from renting infrastructure to owning the sky, this is what we're talking about. This is stuff that Elon Musk is looking into and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, at first, governments they tolerated private um, uh, mega constellations because they solved real problems real fast. All right. But now a lot of these nations are realizing the risk. All right. So if your communications, if your navigation and surveillance all run through foreign corporations, you don't actually control your own future. And that's why countries like India, Japan, and South Korea have accelerated independent space programs. All right, including India, they have NAV-IC navigation system and human spaceflight efforts as well, specifically to avoid becoming tenants in someone else's orbital empire. All right, and to be honest, they're not paranoid. Like they're responding, and it's it's warranted for sure. All right, because orbit is finite. So the uncomfortable reality right here is the first people to feel like these key orbital shells effectively block out everybody else. So if they can get there first, then boom, that's it. You're good. And so adding more satellites increases collision risk. And so dramatically, the later comers and people who are last in, they might never be allowed to get in because, hey, the spots are gone. All right. And they're going to lock the door. So, and when it comes to the surveillance layer of this, that's powered by AI. All right. So the biggest misunderstanding about space surveillance is thinking it's about seeing faces, right? Like obviously, see certain TV shows where they zoom out from outer space and now they can see you walking on the street, and it isn't, right? But in 2026, those satellite systems paired with AI, they don't need clear images of individuals. All they need to do is identify patterns. I hope that makes sense to you. They can identify patterns, thermal signatures, movement cadences, right? I know that black man walk. I can tell, he got a little, that rhythm right there, that's him. I know him. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. But the traffic rhythms, right? Even traffic from the street, crowd behavior over time, this turns orbit into what you would call predictive mirrors. So They're not just watching what's happening, but they're modeling what's likely to happen next. And they've been doing that forever. They already been doing that forever, but now it's coming from space. And so the policy problem here, a lot of countries now restrict AI surveillance on the ground because they know how powerful it is. But space, all right, the laws ain't keeping up in space, just like AI is moving fast as well. So it's a lot of people grabbing a crazy bag, just because they are using AI in a certain way in a time where the laws are kind of shaky. But again, space, it's not the same. So there's no binding global rule stopping a private company from selling orbital surveillance data right now to a government that would be legally barred from collecting that data domestically. So what is that saying? Hey, we can't use AI to, for surveillance on the ground, but we could get the data from somebody who has some satellites in the air and get the same stuff. So surveillance that would be legal, like I said, on the street level, you go up a few kilometers, boom, you good to go. So now, there's also a physical limit that rarely makes the headline. All right. As of early 2026, y'all know we still early. So this is right now. There are over 14,000 active satellites and millions of debris fragments that we can't reliably track. So some orbital bands around 800 kilometers are now approaching what scientists call a critical density. So this is what they're chain of collisions that could make entire orbits unusable for decades. So even clean solutions aren't clean. So if you're listening to Elon, I don't know. I'm just saying. But thousands of satellites burning up in the atmosphere release metallic pollutants that, into the upper atmosphere, and that those materials we may suspect may damage the ozone layer in ways we didn't anticipate just a few years ago. Do y'all believe like the ozone layer stuff? Do y'all believe that? I don't know. Sometimes I do, and then sometimes I'm like, are y'all spraying stuff in the air? Because you see a plane go by, I'm like, I don't know what that is, but now my nose is all of a sudden jacked up. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna come out. It's got to come out. But either way, y'all, the cost of free connectivity is not just privacy. All right, is something else, and they're not telling us everything. So we'll see. As far as that, but the real cost of free, that's what we're talking about here. If you accept free satellite internet in exchange for always on orbit surveillance, you're not just trading your privacy. All right, you're subsidizing permanent occupation of shared orbital space. You're enabling surveillance that bypasses the domestic law, so that they can be all in your house, all in your window. Who's that looking in my window? Accelerating environmental risk that we don't understand yet, right? We'll figure it out years from now. They're thinking about it now. We won't know till 30 years from now. And then handing long-term leverage to very small club of actors. So we'll see what this race to the sky, what it ends up doing and all of that, man. But one last question, y'all. Would you take truly free global internet from satellites if it meant 24/7 AI-driven surveillance from space? Would you take it? Or would you be like, nah, let me know? That's it, man.
Yeah, I'm about to drop that question down in the chat for everybody. Would you take it? Yes or no? But before I do, I gotta go to the comment section. We got Elevate to the Unknown in the building.
What up,
What up, Elevate?
I'll be over there. I'll be over there in a few,
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by and being able to share your thoughts here. The Black Man Walk is cool. It truly is.
It's something about it, man. For as long as I can remember, that's just, you just wonder where it comes from. I don't know. It's just the rhythm in the mind. It's just different. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm thinking chef as soon as you said that. It just came to mind. Dynamite or whoever.
Oh
But
no.
we got Tech Coach Ralph as well saying you think people who get free stuff really care about that? Yeah.
See,
I'll,
see, Tech Coach Ralph asked the right questions. And they know this, bro. So that's the craziest part. Like they know that the people who really like are gonna really try and do this, they don't care about none. They just sign their life away. Most of them, they ain't looking at nothing. They not putting it through ChatGPT. At the very least, these days, you can put the contract through ChatGPT. Hey, does this thing have anything in it that can destroy me or take me out or make me liable for something? They won't even do that. And
uh-huh.
so most of the people, he's so correct. They just going, oh shoot, free? Sign it. They don't know what they sign away. Next thing you know, it's people looking in your window. Matter of fact, they ain't even looking in your window. They on your TV. They looking from your TV at you all day and night because you signed it away.
They say
But
free is me.
but yeah, I mean, it reminds me of oh man, what's that movie? Samuel L. played a villain with a lisp. Um, golly, it was it was hilarious, but at the same time, what he was doing, they were giving away free cell phones. Kingsman, because that's
Mm,
one of my new favorite
movies?
yeah, movie series. But yeah, the Kingsman and like I think the second or the third one, but I think it's the second one. Yeah,
Mm,
he was a billionaire or something like that, and he was giving everybody free cell phones. But what it did was like when they put this signal through it, it made them start acting crazy. But it
yeah.
was free cell phones, so
Yeah.
everybody was lining up for him, man. So that's the thing, the people who would take advantage of this, excuse me, they don't care. They most of the time they just want whatever that free thing is. But if it's free to you, somebody's paying, and it's probably gonna be you, right? Just like
Yeah.
social media. If the social
Hmm.
media is free, you are the product.
Yeah. You are the product. Your data, who you are, all the trends that they're tracking on you. Yeah. And OTTO says, Poe nobody now or Pow nobody now. I think it's Pow nobody now. And I think it's referring to the Black Walk.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. And then also Seiko Rouse says, look what New York took for free child care. Uh,
Woo,
look what New York took for free child care.
woo wee.
Is that the more taxes part? I guess it's supposed to
Listen,
be
man.
from
When
tax
when you
free to
start
tax me.
when you start talking about, hey, we're gonna tax the rich, one thing you forget about is, listen, man, at a certain number, I can leave and go wherever. I'm not stuck. So the rich can just leave. Like, so
I
then who are
mean,
you gonna tax? I
yeah,
don't
they can
know,
go
man.
back down. They can go back down to Puerto Rico unless that's not an option anymore after the Super Bowl. I don't know.
I don't know.
Now ChatGPT got ads now. He said, Techo's Route said.
Yeah.
By
After
the
they
way,
said,
go ahead.
we know what they said up front. Hey man, this is a nonprofit. We just, hey, if it's free to you, you are the product. Now look, the ads, that means you were the product. Because they're selling the ads to business owners. And guess who they're trying to get in front of? You.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for clarifying that, Tech Coach Ralph. He says it's referring to who's that looking to my window. Is that correct? Who's that looking to my
Oh
window?
yeah. Yeah. So OTTO was talking about the song that I had yeah, yeah,
Wu
yeah.
Tang. Because that's Wu Tang, right? I think it's the
Oh,
older method.
I don't know, bro.
Oh.
I just know culture. I don't know artists. I don't know names of songs. I just know the beats. I know the real stuff that I need to know, right? That's all I know.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
grew up.
Oh,
Look,
no,
hey,
that's Goody
hey,
Mob.
I grew up listening to Heaven 97, KHBN. That's all I know. So everything else is just yeah, I know what I'm supposed to know.
Goody Mob. Yeah. Just looked it up. I just looked it up. Just looked it up. And yeah, and by the way, y'all, Tech Coach Ralph is in the building. If y'all not familiar, go ahead and check out Tech Coach Ralph. He goes live pretty much almost every day. So go ahead and check it out because you definitely want to make sure that you're locked into the latest thing that he's talking about. Absolutely. No, you know what's so funny? You kind of mentioned it too, and I wanted to make sure I shouted it out. Thank you, OTTO, as well, for shouting that out too. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I put a shout out there about surveillance because like oftentimes we're like, oh, this seems too far or whatever, like out of reach. It's already happening, and there has movies since the '90s that were basically foreshadowing this. So, Enemy of State. Who remembers Enemy of State with Will Smith? As perhaps the most direct foreshadowing of this. Because it depicted a rogue NSA unit with high resolution satellites to track down Will Smith in real time across the city.
Look at that.
And so basically, they had technology was already there. They're already foreshadowing it in movies, or even like a popular one like Captain America, like the Winter Soldier, when basically the Project Insight helicarriers, right? They use data mining algorithms to identify and eliminate threats. Those are all things that we kind of already were exposed to. But like what was said earlier is, listen, you becoming the product is not fun, right?
Hollywood.
But it's in a way, it's kind of, I won't say, I guess it's too late in a lot of cases, because they either are using this technology already without you knowing, or like you said, you're signing up. You're signing up because if it's free, then you probably are the product, as we just said.
Man, Hollywood gonna always foreshadow.
Yeah.
It seems like they always foreshadow. I wonder what they know.
Yeah, already, yeah. There's stuff there already about this. So definitely we get to chat some more. Let us know your thoughts about this in the chat if you have not already. And also you could call in. I'm going to drop those links again. Must be 18 or older to share your opinion. I know there's a lot of kids probably sitting today at school days, so they want to do something fun. But you gotta be 18 years old to call in today. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Link has been dropped, and you could go ahead and call in and share your thoughts and opinions with the crew. But yeah, no, I think that this is something that we've seen again, time and time again, in regards to what's either Black Mirror or other shows and media outlets for sure.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Black Mirror. They normally say a lot of things as well in that show. Yeah, I mean, you see it all the time. You just again, it's good. It makes for good TV until you realize, like, wait a minute, are they already doing this? Wait a
yeah,
minute, are they putting this in play? And they're just desensitizing us until the time is right, and then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, by the way, just like that movie where it was for good, like, we did this and it stopped an invasion. We're doing it now. And
yeah.
everybody's like, oh yeah, I remember that movie. That was a good movie. Yeah. All right. Then
And
next
then
thing
all of
you
a
know,
sudden,
they got other plans for you. And you didn't realize, like, yeah, that was option Z on why we're gonna use this.
and now boof, look at that. Oh, OTTO says, remember Fast and the Furious 7, Ramsey, and God's Eye?
Yo, I haven't seen that in a
minute.
while.
In a while. Lost track after Fast and Furious 20. No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, like, yeah, like there's been so many different movies that talk about surveillance and just the impact it's making. Tech Coach Ralph just said, conspiracy though. Do you think Hollywood foreshadows or the government tells them what they can do and Hollywood makes entertaining so we can accept it easier 10 and 20 years down the road?
Now,
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say I agree with the latter. Like I agree with what you said about the influences to make it to basically pacify and also make the public more acceptable to things. So there are a lot of things that we're real cool with now that we were not cool with back in the day. But over a period of time, it just was like, oh, it was in front of our faces. So yeah, it made sense. Why not just let it be what it be? But yeah, I think the media does play a part in it for sure. Is it a mirror, or is it what it is called, TV programming, right? So yeah, I agree with that.
Yep, I do too. Like literally, I don't know. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounded right to me. They said like, hey, CIA, they work with a lot of those movies and production companies to fund certain movies and things to come out and stuff. So you know, it's I'll put it like this: the stuff that we've heard over the years that actually came out and was actually true and documented and all this stuff, I don't put none of it past me. Like, yeah, I believe they can do it because of stuff that they've already done that people thought they didn't do, that later on you find out, oh, it was totally real and it did happen. Like, if they can do that, they can do this. That's
Yeah,
my thoughts. That's what I believe. So yeah.
yeah. Taco Rouse said, "Who made it to 7?" Uh, and then Operation Takeover said, "I'm a car guy. I've seen all of them." He's like, "I see all of them." Oh man, I can't remember the last one I did see. To be honest with you, when they started, when the cars started to become George of the Jungle and Tarzan and clip on the things and start flying. I'm like, how did it, what? Like, what? I was like, this ain't real life at all. How do we get here? But yeah, no, it was quite the newer ones are quite the experience. I
Yeah.
mean, definitely a movie, definitely a movie. Um, yeah, I think for me it was like after like Tokyo Drift. To be honest with you, I was like kind of falling off after that. But yeah. No.
Tokyo. You said Tokyo.
Sorry, I'm just laughing about it. But yeah, no, I think going back to what was said earlier in regards to just and I think we see this with a lot of TV programming, whether it's movies or just TV shows, a lot of things that you're like, huh, how did they get there? Or what was that's probably an old idea or old concept now because they're willing to put it out there for the public to see. I think it's also a bit of I think it's a bit of both where it's like there's some people that are quote unquote blowing whistles, but then the other people that are quote unquote like part of the agenda. And maybe I'm wrong, but it depends on it
Maybe
depends. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was saying that they want it to be, well, maybe it could be, maybe it couldn't be. That's what they want. They want it to be, because as
Yeah,
long as it's like that, then they can keep moving in silence.
yeah. See, I was right. He said that was 7. So I was that was the end of it for me. Was the Tokyo Drift. So right where you were at is right where I probably was the end for me.
That's funny.
But and then I probably skipped a couple movies in between. But I mean, hey, listen, if I didn't have to work and it was a blizzard day like this, might not be bad to go through all of them. But I don't have the time to go through all of them to catch up to it. But man, no, it was yeah, man, it was a crazy one. So yeah, listen, I was thinking about something real quickly that popped up on my radar, and I wanted to kind of share it real quick as we're talking about different things because I was thinking about how there sometimes I don't know about you, but in working, I have some prospects that reach out or get back to me on a Sunday, and I was like, oh, they're working, that's cool. And then I found out about the 12-hour Sunday and what is happening right now, and in regards to just people working, but specifically internationally when it comes to AI. And I was like, you know what, this might be a cool thing to pivot to or talk to right
The
now. So
12-hour Sunday. Talk
yeah,
to me.
I'm like, I thought it was a day of rest, but not for everybody, apparently. So I just want to share this real quickly here. It's called the 12-hour Sunday in the Dog Patch Apartment. So this is a report from the Guardian that they're referring to here. Is called the Major Rework Series, which launched in just Tuesday. It sparked a massive debate in tech circles because it pulls back the curtain on the human debt being cured to build basically AI, right? So the 12-hour Sunday is a report that highlights a specific grim trend in San Francisco's quote unquote dog patch and Hay Valley's neighborhood, which is happening. It basically is saying right now that in regards to and I'm going to pull it up here. Yeah, in regards to there's a major report that says there's a brutal work culture currently here in San Francisco and Bangalore. So think about it. If you're in San Francisco and in India, right? Totally different time zones. But what's happening is this: AI founders and engineers are reportedly working 72-hour weeks, with Sunday being a quote work cafe culture becoming the new norm as they race to general intelligence. Um, it's entering its most aggressive phase. So right now, if you are in the space, you know that it's an arms race. Like, no, I'm gonna go back to your comment. Operation Tech Takeover. Um, but yeah, like it's an arms race right now, and so a lot of different companies are going and they're basically saying, hey, when we're done, you start. But then also, if you think about specifically, um, the concern right now is around the AI investments, right? They're hitting a record high last year, and they're just increasing going forward as we are in 2026, right? And so the concern for a lot of these engineers is they're trying to be on top of things and try to work hard to kind of have their value. We talked about it before, the 996 culture, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. That was famously supported by big tech, right? That culture is seeping into what's called now the slippers culture, whereas a recurring detail in the report in the slippers in the office. So engineers have stopped wearing shoes because they're building for 14 hours a day and simply want to be comfortable in the grind. So it's getting kind of crazy, man. And so, but the reason why it's like this is because they understand it's a 24/7 arms race. Like there are companies that have hit 100 million plus ARR in 6 months. And so if you think about the competition out there, it's pretty crazy. Um, and so in order for because of the speed of how everything is going, in order for people to stay abreast and stay locked in with the competition, they literally have to have these teams working simultaneously, where one is basically um, like I said, working a period of time. Let's say the team in India is still working, and then they continue to work after they go. So I just thought it was interesting because I was like, man, people are slaving away because they don't want to be irrelevant. And I was like, do you work on Sunday? Me, I don't. But there are people that do, and it's like a regular work day to them. So I just wanted to throw it out there. I thought it was an interesting thought conversation to see who is actually succumbed to this already.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing there, man. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. Like, do I tinker around on Sunday? Probably. Every Sunday? Eh, not really, because sometimes I might be with family and stuff like that. But um, I could see people who like, yo, if you're in a certain space, then I can see them really, really doing that. The other side of it is like you sometimes you do have to seize moments and seize opportunities. So if you're in a space where, you know, 100 M's in 6 months is a possibility, then you might have to do that because it's just for a certain period of time, right? Now, 12-hour Sundays for the rest of your life, that sounds stupid. Um, you know what I mean? But because also you got research out there that says, hey, anything over 55 hours is productivity drops crazy hard. So, you
Mm.
and stuff like that. But either way, like if it's for a certain period of time, and you know, like, yo, if I do this for the next 3 months or 5 months or whatever, it could change my generation, like my family for a few generations, then it might be worth it for you. For some people, they might say, no, I'm never working or whatever you would consider work. I'm never doing it. And I'm okay with that. Really, it just I guess boils down to the individual and then what the end goal there is. Like if you don't have any end goal and you just doing it, like good luck. Like you're gonna be looking 70 at 25, you know. But if there's a goal there and and it's going to get you to another spot and get you to another space, then it's then do that. There are people who, hey, I know I need to I don't know, I need to work 2 jobs for the next year and a half, and that's going to change everything for my investment portfolio, and then I'll be able to retire a certain amount of time earlier, right? But again, there's thought behind it and why they're doing it. There's other people who, yeah, I just work 2 jobs just because, and you know, I'm probably gonna be doing that till I'm 70 because I also don't have an investment accounts, or I'm just living to by the day. So everything is relative.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very interesting because there are people that, like you said, they will work 2 jobs, and some of them might not even see anything out of it, right? And
Yeah,
nothing wrong with working multiple jobs, but like you said, the strategy behind it is important. I want to go quickly to the comments here because I saw what
and I
besides
do
the
have
flying
I
cars.
do have oh, go ahead.
No, no, you go ahead. You can say what you say, and then I'll go to
So,
the.
yeah, so I do have one other thing, and that's not working. So there is like a psychological side there as well, that I firmly believe in as well. So I might not be working, but you might think I am. I sometimes for no reason I schedule emails to go out at you know 4:27 a.m. I might set it to go out at you know 5 a.m. on Sunday or something, like something random, but also very like when you first glance at it, like, oh, this guy is up right now or he's working. And it's like, no, actually I'm probably in the bed. I'm probably knocked out or I'm probably doing something else, but I'll schedule it out. So I might schedule it out for 1 a.m. It doesn't matter for me because I'm just it's that psychological warfare of man, I'm resting or I'm with family and this dude is on. So there's that side of it, which is where good automations and workflows and AI does come in handy as well. So I did want to put that in there.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was going to say is that these and answer this question, and then we'll go back to Operation Takeover. Are we talking about Americans or other countries? It's this article, and I was trying to kind of breeze through it because there's a lot here, but it was simply talking about both in in America, but really primarily in India, parts of India and
Oh yeah, so they
Bangalore.
got to.
Yeah, and because of the time zone as well. So right now the report also touched on Bangalore, where the pressure is even more intense to do time zone overlap with U.S. headquarters. So Bangalore teams are often expected to be online for the handover from San Francisco, effectively turning the AI race, like I mentioned, to 24/7 global relay race with no off switch. So
No,
we're working.
but they
And
they know what they signed up for, and
I
it's
mean,
necessary.
true, and but what I was thinking about when I was saying this is like we obviously most of the people on this, or a lot of people who are on this call right now, this chat, we basically leverage AI in some way, shape, or form to do our work, uh, to optimize the work that we're doing. So I cannot think that they're not optimizing using these tools as well. So what, like when you said about that 54-hour like efficiency, maybe to them it's like maybe to them they're doing 40 hours worth of work, but they're leveraging the tools that allow them to get that 55 and still be efficient, or even a little bit more. So that's probably also another thing that may have changed things as well. And also you mentioned something too about the different fields and what you're doing. OTTO says I also work every Sunday and Saturday as my only day off, but that is because of medical field, and so there's some people that cannot cannot they have to physically be present, and depending on what they do. So yeah. And then Techo Ralph says, let me go back to the other question. He's a point. He says, the less opportunity you have, the more you're willing to work.
That's what I said. They got to, for real. I mean, you get an opportunity to work for an American company, they're probably going to take it because of the opportunity, you know. So, do they have to? No. Is everyone? No. But it's a lot of people who will and who do, and they know that. So, I agree with him there.
Yeah, and also Techo Ralph says, how much you want to win will dictate how much you work, i.e. Zion Williamson, although he dunked on Wembanyama. I mean, there's a lot. I was thinking about him yesterday because I was watching some highlights of the game that they had. I can't remember who they were playing against recently, but sometimes when you get money, it just exposes who you really are. Not even sometimes, all the time, really.
Well, for sure, it exposed what he like. I'll tell you that, boy. Golly.
Yeah. And so I think that's a lot of what happened with him, you know. Now I'm not saying I know the person or whatever, but you know, but I think in the reality in life, that's just the truth. The more you get, the more exposes who you are, and all of a sudden, people are like surprised, but it's always been there. Not to go too much sports, but we're seeing right now one of the former, technically, possibly number one picks in the NBA draft. So we're gonna leave that alone. But we're seeing some patterns here. Oriz, good morning. Good morning. So glad you to stop with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
She said, Trey, don't do him like that. He said, oh, listen, I mean, you brought
I'm
up.
just saying,
You brought about
a lot of injections, a lot of, you know,
other stuff off the court. Oh man, but and take a route that I've never heard of this 55-hour thing. I think OTT works like 90 hours a week.
I don't know, bro. It was a Stanford study, but that yeah, just type in Stanford study, productivity, data. What did I say? Oh, 55 hours. Yeah, you know. But yeah, it was a Stanford study though. Not saying that I don't, because obviously, you know, it is what it is. But it might not necessarily be like this for everyone, but statistically, it goes down. You know, after 55 hours, the total output didn't really, like, it barely increased at all. And then at 70, they were like, yo, you might as well not even be working for real. But that also depends on what you're doing. Like if it doesn't require a crazy amount of mind compute to get it done, then you're probably good to go. But it's just talking about on the mental side though.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna just say first of all, thank you so much for the show. Before I even take a rest, most people barely work 40 hours. I mean, listen.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think I'm pushing at least 60 now. I think about it.
Yeah, we up there. You know, listen, that stat was not for us. Okay, we are not we are not the average individuals. If you're listening to this right now, I mean, think about the time. It's 7 a.m. right now. Okay, so this is not us. I'm just telling you, statistically, we're above average individuals over here. And as my guy Martin would say on one of my favorite movies, that's gas money, Ray.
Oh man, yeah. So listen, Joe. Depending on staff and patients, I'm between 74 to 76 hours, and you have to be in your role. It's like unless you have somebody else that you could train up behind you to take those extra days, which most times they won't because they won't get the budget to hire somebody else to do that.
Well, that's
like, nah,
you
perfectly functioning. You're perfectly functioning right now. We don't need somebody else to do that. So
CVS and that pharmacy, Man, one pharmacist, one technician, slave driving. Oh, and work the window and the front. Like, boy, y'all, I'm out of here.
See you, sayonara. See you later.
Arrivederci.
I'm out. Well, listen, y'all, man. Appreciate you for rocking with us on another episode. I got one quick brown box special, but before I even get there, I want to shout out everybody that commented on the show so far. We have the OTTO that commented, peace and blessings. We have Christopher Woods that commented earlier, as well as Elevate to the Unknown. Go ahead and check him out. He's about to go live if he has not already.
That's a fact.
So go ahead and check him out. Tech Coach Ralph as well. Check them out. He's live almost every day. So go ahead and check out Tech Coach Ralph. And then we got Maurice in the building. Appreciate everybody that commented. We appreciate you. Want to definitely shout you out.
Yes,
OTCCO said I work with a lot of younger people and they don't want to give up their weekend. So me, it is.
Yeah. The young people, man, that's burnout culture. If they do it, they're gonna do it so they can tell you, yeah, I was up till 2 a.m. You know, I haven't taken a vacation in 3 us. We elite, we high operators. You know, what's gonna move the needle? That's what he's saying. Yo, I gotta do it because these people ain't doing it. I'm on there. What can be automated? That's how we roll. That's how we roll. But we still working. You know, how can we delegate? But yeah, it's different out here.
Yeah, absolutely different for sure. And with that being said, we're gonna rock it over to our Brown Box Special, y'all. Brown Box Special is a segment of the show where we talk about people that either, unfortunately, situations of people that either got fired, quit, or got let go from their jobs. Not to gawk at their pain, but also to find solace in knowing that we're not alone. And so, with that being said, this person this is credit to Reddit. The person said, I had a job where you were legally obligated to have your resume vetted before posting it anywhere. So they knew I was looking for a new job. Last day of the month rolls around and I get an impromptu meeting invite at 9 a.m. Your services are no longer needed. I wasn't angry. I hated that job. I got some stressing about what I'm going to do next, as I had a wife and 2 young children. At 2 p.m., my most recent interview calls and offers me a job making $20K. So imagine the time frame: 9 a.m. fired, 2 p.m. hired. $20K more than I was earlier that day. Got paid a week's vacation due to my cure from the old job and didn't miss a paycheck in the grand scheme of things. So this is just a reminder that, you know what, it may not look good in the moment, but things do work out. Keep the faith, stick to it, and you will be good.
I'm with that, bro. I second that motion. And you know, a whole lot can change in 30 days. That's all I'll say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A whole lot. With that being said, thank you so much for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see y'all next week, baby.
Peace and elbow grease.